Hi team, Uwe Jacobs, Property Friends strategist. Welcome. Well, time is flying. We're having fun. It's already February. I'm bringing you the musings or the update for the month of February. Yeah, let's step into it straight away. A couple of very interesting changes in regards to the real estate law in Queensland. I'm going to read part of it so that we get this 100% right. The definition of the contract date has been amended to accommodate electronic signature. One really big change is either party to the contract can now request an up to 5 days extension to the settlement. This clause is thought to work for banks not settling in time, and some contracts fell over because of that. But it can be really for any reason. This makes it, or can make it, of course, challenging, especially when you have got a flow-on effect with contracts in the chain. So if A doesn't settle, B can't settle theirs, and C can't settle theirs. That's going to be interesting how that will work in practice. Some people are speaking about negating that clause. It'd be really interesting to see how that works. It's something to be aware of because it can have big impacts on the contract, more specifically on the settlement. The new smoke alarms clause is in as per 1st of January. So you need to now comply with the new smoke alarm conditions. There is also an express provision for paying deposits by direct debit, and the grace period has been allowed to avoid contracts falling over in regard to slight delays by using direct debit. Pool compliance certificate have been amended. You now have to, as a vendor, we don't generally deal with pools, but anyway, as a vendor, provide a certificate, the pool compliance certificate for a non-shared pool. So typically the single family homes. Then there is a new warranty for the seller. The seller has to warrant that it has not received communication from an authority that may lead to a show cause or enforcement notice. So this has to do with things that have been known and where people were in discussion with the local authorities, but they haven't finalized it. That used to be an issue because the authorities often only on land search were issuing these notices, and that led to difficulties and was thought to be unfair, to be an issue for the buyer. It's now made an issue for the vendor. Services for infrastructure on the land that is unrelated to the easements that are shown. There can be other services on the land and they are not protected by a registered easement. These services have to now be disclosed, and non-disclosure is a possible cancellation or termination of the contract. There is a new clause 7.6, compliance with issues that have been that have not been disclosed by the seller prior to the contract. It's specifically in regard to time frames around that sort of thing. This is a highly complex area. I suggest that you discuss these things with your conveyancer or solicitor. Let's not try to work these things ourselves. That's why we've got these service providers. And it's just very finicky, and I'd hate to see the landmines going up around any one of us. So definitely speak these things over by you, discuss these things with your conveyancer or solicitor. They should have that under control, but again, as always, we can delegate, but don't abrogate, manage the manager, be on top of things. Now, quickly in regards to the RBA, in short, no change. We're still at 0.1%. However, it's quite interesting. There are rumors, stories coming up now that due to the inflation, we may see interest rate rises earlier than next year, which was so far touted as the earliest time. Even as early as November this year. So if you haven't locked interest rates in, it's high time to do that. But remember, do take into account that if you have a fixed interest rate, make it for a time period where you are certain not to sell the property. The break fees, if you need to sell or want to sell or discharge the mortgage, are getting higher and higher. It's no longer just a matter of when you've got a higher interest rate, you would pay the bank the amount in difference. It is also now foregone interest from the banks. They're getting more and more clever and cute, to use one expression, in regards to the break cost. So do be careful about that. We still have some of it on variable. I don't mind variable in the long term. I think that you find it hard to outperform the banks, but timing is everything. So if you do want to have a fixed exposure, lock it in. Okay, so that was the update for the month of February. It's still unchanged, a great time to invest. There's magnificent deals out there, and very, very nice areas that are spelling capital growth. And I am amazed with the rental vacancy that is so low all over Australia. Rental vacancy is tight as a drum, and the rents are going up, the income is going up, and capital growth is going as well. So all in all, a great time to be in it to win it. Enjoy. Bye-bye.